What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So not too long ago I released a video about the games that were revealed throughout the PS5 live event, and that was going to be a two-part video. So this is the second part. Now the reason why I wanted to do a two-part video is because I'm a super fan of the Resident Evil franchise, and when I saw that they were going to include also the Resident Evil Village game, I got hyped. So I decided to wait a little bit longer, and this is basically what I got for you guys today. Now, we're also going to be listening to some of the comments from the producers, but basically this is everything that we know so far about the game in terms of game mechanics, you know, how like the image quality, also some of the ideas that the developers and the producers have towards the game that is going to be a first-person game following the Resident Evil Biohazard story. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. I hope you enjoy. During this video, I will be covering the main aspects and pretty much everything that you need to know about this game. Now, here's the first question. Why is it called Resident Evil Village and not Resident Evil 8? So here is why.
Some of you are probably wondering why we didn't just call the game Resident Evil 8.
Well, it's still the 8th in the series, and we're treating it as such. You can even see the Roman numeral 8 in the game logo. So it's Resident Evil 8, just not in name.
Yeah, I like the play on the design and the simplicity in the name.
They were Tsuyoshi Kanda and Pete Fabiano, both producers of this title, and they have talked quite a few interesting topics about this game. Resident Evil Village is going to be a sequel to the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and will come to the PS5, Xbox Series X and on Steam sometime next year. Now the clock is ticking and I am counting the days for this release. Now the game will take place a few years after Resident Evil 7 and has been confirmed that Ethan Winters, who was the main protagonist in RE7, will make his return on this game. Another main character well known is Chris Redfield. He will also make his return on this game, but apparently he will be playing a more obscure protagonist, as everything that you know about Chris has been turned upside down.
Chris Redfield, a decorated hero fighting against bioterrorism, makes his return, but not in the way you'd think. He's the reason Ethan's life gets turned upside down.
I'm very curious to see what his role is going to be on this game. Is he going to be an enemy, or is he going to also be helping Ethan throughout this journey? Resident Evil Village will continue with the survival horror mode, and as producers mentioned, Resident Evil Village will also be using the same engine as RE7.
We're using RE Engine. That engine brought Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Resident Evil 2, Devil May Cry 5, and most recently, Resident Evil 3 to life. We were able to take all that we learned from those titles, along with our internal development efforts, and optimize the latest version of the engine for the next generation of consoles.
Which will be featuring a first-person perspective. It will show a more immersive gameplay, a very good photorealistic and lightning effect. And I would like to mention, you know, there are more benefits to using the same engine, because players who are familiar with the RE7 and the recent releases such as Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Remake will find the inventory and other key elements of the game mechanics easier to go through and very easy to get used to and navigate through the inventory and all other aspects of the game. In this new release, we will be seeing a different look from the previous Resident Evil games, very similar to Resident Evil 4, which feature a complete different approach in terms of enemies, changing from zombies and going into villagers from a cult in some part of Europe. Now for Resident Evil Village, we will be seeing a supernatural approach that includes beasts, witches, and werewolves. Not too much is known about these monsters, however, we can see that the environment has changed drastically to a more snowy scenario within the mountains, also presumably in Europe, similar to Resident Evil 4, except colder. Another interesting aspect of this game is that it will not only include an obscure and scary place, with lots of fog and a gothic look to it, but from the trailer we were also able to capture that this game will include a castle that will most likely be where most of the gameplay will take part.
Here's a quick look at the game running in engine.
The team is working really hard to create a great experience. You can really see the details, even close up.
Now this for sure has a strong Resident Evil 4 vibe to it. Now I personally love that it's going to be a first-person game to truly feel that you're into the story. And I am so hoping that this game contains different challenges and puzzles similar to the previous games.
You might want to pay extra close attention to this one.
There's a lot that's being shown in it. So much so that we debated whether or not to actually put it in the announced trailer.
Take a look and let your imagination run wild.
Alright, so what is going on with that image? Maybe you can comment down below what you think, or maybe if you have some more information. As of for me, this is the video I had prepared for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button with the notifications on. Also, I'm gonna drop the links to my social media down below in case you want to make any suggestions, or just so that you can stay up to date with the recent videos or uploads. As well, I want to mention that I do live streams on Twitch, twitch.tv/HenrySVTV on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:30 p.m. CST. Anyways, I hope to see you there sometime. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on our next one. Take care. Goodbye.